So, welcome to the hydraulics class. The introduction to the hydraulics is the first unit. The fluid. Fluid may be defined as a substance which has the tendency to flow. The substance which deforms continuously when subjected to the any external force. For example, liquids and gases. The characteristics of fluids. It has no definite shape of its own and takes the shape of the container, and as long as the fluid subjected to the external force, the deformation remains with the fluid. Then fluid mechanics, it is defined as a branch of science that deals with the behavior of the liquid or gas at the rest as well as in motion. Then fluid mechanics can be classified as statics, kinematics and dynamics. Statics, the study of fluid at rest, is termed as a fluid statics. In in incompressible fluids, the liquids, that is called as hydrostatics. Then compressible fluid gases is called as aerostatics. Then fluid kinematics, the study of the fluid in motion, is called as the fluid kinematics. This deals with the velocity of velocity and acceleration and pattern of flow only. The force or energy causing the motion is not considered. Then third, that is fluid dynamics. It deals with the fluid in motion, with the forces the causing in motion. Then physical properties, the mass of the fluid. It is defined as the mass per unit volume is called as the fluid or mass density, that is rho, mass of the fluid divided by volume of the fluid, that is kg per meter cube. For water it is taken as a 1000 kg per meter cube, and mercury is taken as 13,600 kg per meter cube, and oil is 800 kg per meter cube. The lower is the density of a fluid, upper will be its layer. Then specific weight or weight density. The specific weight of a fluid is the weight possessed per unit volume and denoted by small w, and unit is Newton per meter cube. Then weight of the fluid equals to mass into acceleration divided by volume. So that is mass divided by volume equals to the rho, that is rho g, which equals to the weight density or specific weight. And weight, where w equals to the mass of the fluid into acceleration due to the gravity, that is m into g. M by v is equals to rho, that is taken as 9.81 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per meter cube for water, and 13.6 into 9.81 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per meter cube for mercury. Specific volume. Specific volume, it is the volume of a fluid per unit weight. It is denoted by small v, and unit is meter cube per kg. Small v is equals to capital V divided by m, or you can say that is 1 by rho, that is. So next property, that is a specific gravity. It is defined as the ratio of the specific weight or mass density of a fluid to the specific weight of standard fluid. It is a specific gravity, small s is equals to specific weight of the fluid divided by specific weight of standard fluid. Here the standard fluid will be taken as a water, and that is 1, that is, and for mercury that is 13.6. Then viscosity, it is defined as the property of a fluid is of resistance to the movement of the layer of the fluid over the on the another layer adjacent to it. That you can see the sketch, that is a du and u plus du, that is. So the two layers of the fluids, the distance by apart each other and move with a velocities u and u plus du due to the cohesive forces and molecular movements or or transfer. The two layers will be creates a shear stress upon each other, and this shear stress is directly proportional to the rate of change of velocity with respect to the y, that is. So that the shear stress is directly proportional to the du by dy. And then shear stress equals to mu du by dy, that is mu equals to tau is the shear stress and du by dy is the rate of shear strain, and mu equals to constant of proportionality, or you can call as coefficient of dynamic viscosity. So that equals to Newton second per meter square, that is 1 pi is equals to Newton second divided by 10 meter square. And kinematic viscosity, it is defined as the ratio of the dynamic viscosity of the fluid to its density, and it is denoted by gamma, that is, or nu equals to mu divided by rho, that is meters square per second, that is one stroke equals to 10 raised to minus 4 meters square per second. Then Newton's law of viscosity states that the shear stress on the fluid element or fluid element layer is directly proportional to the rate of shear strain. That is, the shear stress equals to mu du by dy, and the fluid which obeys the relation is known as Newtonian fluid, and fluid does not obey this relation is known as non-Newtonian fluid. Classification of the fluids. Classification of the fluids, that is ideal fluid, then Newtonian fluid, non-Newtonian fluid, and ideal plastic fluid. So ideal fluid, real fluid, and Newtonian fluid, non-Newtonian fluid, and ideal plastic fluid, that is. Next, it is ideal fluid, a fluid which possesses the following incompressible and having no viscosity and no surface tension, then practically no such fluid is available. It is called an imaginary fluid. Real fluid which the flowing compressible possesses the flowing compressible, having viscosity and surface tension. In actual practice, all the fluids are real fluids. Newtonian fluids, a fluid which the shear stress is directly proportional to the velocity gradient, that is the tau is equals to mu into du by dy. It is linear, that is the water, kerosene, and air are the example. It's non-Newtonian fluid, a fluid in which shear stress is not directly proportional to the velocity gradient and it is non-linear. There is a solution, blood, mud, etc. That is ideal plastic fluid, a fluid in which the shear stress is more than the yield value and the shear stress is proportional to the rate of shear strain. Surface tension. Surface tension of a fluid, it is a property in which they enable to resist force between molecules at the surface of the liquid. Capillary of water, it is defined as the phenomenon to rise or fall of the liquid's surface in the small tube relative to the adjacent general level of the liquid, and when the tube is held vertically in the liquid, the rise of liquid surface in in the capillary is known as a capillary depression, and it is called as expression, that is mm or centimeter of liquid. Capillary depression. Then compressibility. The compressibility of a liquid may be defined as rise of the fluid and the mercury that is in the depressor, that is called as depression. That is variation in its volume with the variation of the pressure. The variation in the volume of the water will be variation of pressure so small, and therefore for all practical purposes the pressure is neglected, thus the water is considered as incompressible fluid. Then bulk modulus, it is defined the ratio of compressive stress to the volumetric strain, and it is defined by K, that is increase in pressure divided by volumetric strain, that is a dP divided by dr by r, that is. Then fluid pressure, a force per unit area, is called as the pressure if the P is the force acting on the area and A is the area A, then intensity of pressure P is equals to P by A, that is Newton per meter square. 1 Pascal equals to 1 Newton per meter square, and 1 kilopascal equals to 1 kilonewton per meter square. Kilopascal equals to 10 raised to 3 kilonewton. So 1 megapascal equals to 10 raised to 3 kilonewton per meter square, or 10 raised to 3 6 Newton per meter square. That is 1 megapascal equals to 1 Newton per mm square. The direction of pressure is always right angle to the surface of the fluid which at the rest and comes in contact with the pressure. Then pressure head, that is pressure head or hydrostatic law, that is. The pressure at any point in a fluid at the rest is obtained by hydrostatic law, that is, which states that the rate of increase of the pressure in a vertically downwards direction, that is, must be equal to the specific weight of the fluid at that point, that is P is equals to rho g h, that is a P divided by rho z, that, or you can say that is P by W equals to rho g, that is. So the Pascal's law, that is the Px, Py and Pz, and this is the element of the one element in all the directions, that is Px, Py and Pz, and it states that intensity of pressure at any point in the fluid at rest is the same in all the directions, that is Px equals to Py is equals to Pz. Then you can have that is atmospheric pressure, then the absolute pressure and gauge pressure. Here is the sketch is given, the absolute pressure and atmospheric pressure and vacuum pressure and gauge pressure. So atmospheric pressure, it is atmospheric pressure at the sea level 15 degrees centigrade, 101.3 kilonewton per meter square, or 10.13 centimeters square. The atmospheric pressure head as is 760 mm of mercury. Then absolute pressure, it is defined as the pressure which is measured with the reference to the absolute zero pressure. Then gauge pressure, it is defined as the pressure which is measured with the help of the pressure gauges, pressure measuring instruments, in which the atmospheric pressure will be taken as a datum. The atmospheric pressure on the scale is marked as a 0. Then vacuum pressure, it is defined as the pressure below the atmospheric pressure. So that is the absolute pressure equals to gauge pressure plus atmospheric pressure. Then it is absolute pressure